nonstop. Skip, Shannon, great stuff today. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Game 5. We will be all over it on Monday, of course.
Go to the Lakers, Dame.
Starts now.
Dame to the Lakers. Dame to the Lakers.
I'm just going back down, back down.
According to a source close to Damien Lillard, the Blazers star plans to request a trade from Portland in the upcoming days. Dame is signed through 2024, but he's reportedly been unhappy with the franchise's overall direction after another early playoff exit that led to an offseason coaching change. Shannon, big news here. Do you believe he'll be traded?
I do. And I've said, I didn't second guess this, third guess this. Skip, I said this. I see Dame Lillard. I watch how hard he trains. I watch the time and the effort that he puts into his game. I see he's going to get tired of these early exits. And he's seen, Skip, this is a different era. And everybody says, well, Magic didn't team up with Bird, and Bird didn't team up with Jordan, and Jordan didn't team up with Olajuwon. That was the 80s and the 90s. This is a different era. He sees Kevin Durant and Kyrie and James Harden. He saw Kevin Durant go to Golden State. He saw LeBron and what he did in Miami and then turn around and go to LA and bring on AD. And he realizes him by himself is not going to get it done. I get tired, not loyal to the soil. Oh, I'm going to be loyal. I'm going to win it here. No, you're not. And he realized, he come to the realization, I cannot win a title in Portland. And nobody's going to want to join me, even though I'm a great player. Nobody wants to come to Portland to join me. So I'm going to have to go link up with them. And I have no problem with that. So kudos to him finally realizing. Kevin Garnett said the one regret that he had is that he didn't leave Minnesota sooner. Because, Skip, he wanted to remain loyal. He was a part of that old guard that didn't move. You stayed there, you won a title, and if you didn't win a title, oh well. And then maybe on your last leg, Skip, you got out and tried to go win a title. No more. Now these guys have said, I'm leaving in my prime. I want to win because Skip Bayless judges me unfairly. If I don't get a title, I'm not great. I'm not a superstar. So now I'm going to go get this title and let you say Michael Jordan never did that. But you won't say, I'm not like Michael Jordan when I don't have no titles because I'm finna go get me one.
Did you just compare Damian Lillard to Michael Jordan?
There you go. See, Skip Bayless, you do that every time. I did not compare Dame Lillard to Mike.
So here's my biggest issue with this development or potential development. You know Chauncey Billups. I've known Chauncey for a long time. Big fan of Chauncey as a player and as a potential coach. And I thought Portland did a great job of picking Chauncey. I am fully aware of the rape allegation against Chauncey back in his rookie year in the NBA.
Yep.
And I take that obviously very seriously, as I think the Blazers did also. But
yes,
Damien was offended because after he had endorsed several candidates, including Chauncey, then he felt like he got blamed by Blazer fans on Twitter.
Yes.
For endorsing a candidate with a rape allegation. And he was furious about that. And his tweet suggested, okay, if that's how you want to play it, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So it seemed like that's where it all started. But the bottom line is that Chauncey will be a very good, maybe a great basketball coach. I think he was a great assistant for Ty Lue with the Clippers this year.
I agree.
So I think it could be a very advantageous position for Damien to be in, to learn even more under Chauncey, to grow even more than he has already under Chauncey. So I hate this for Chauncey if Chauncey gets left high and dry because Dame forces his way out of Portland the way James Harden forced his way out of Houston.
It's a Steven Silas situation, Skip. It's a Steven Silas Jr. situation. He gets an ideal job with a superstar, and the superstar doesn't want to be there, and he only plays 5 or 6 games, and then he's up out of there.
Okay, just for the record, Damien is still under contract to the Portland Trail Blazers through 2024. So it's not like he's a pending free agent or another year before free agency. He's locked up by Portland. So he's going to have to force his way out, a la James or maybe Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how that plays out in Green Bay. And he's going to have to be willing to, quote unquote, get his hands dirty, because it's going to get ugly if he wants to force his way out. That
Right.
whole fandom's going to turn on him.
That's okay.
I do think his value is very high right now.
Oh, Scott.
And I think he is very well liked by players, other stars around the league.
Absolutely.
And remember, he's now been with Team USA for a couple of weeks and been around other stars, and it sort of breeds, you know, we could do this, we could do that, and enthusiasm starts to run away. Well, maybe I could be with you, or maybe we could team up over here.
Skip, that's how it normally happens, Skip. Remember 2008? D-Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron.
I got it.
Remember the All-Star game? Was it the All-Star game? Maybe the Olympics with KD and Kyrie. So you're right.
Game. Yep.
Yeah, we start getting like, oh, man, hey, what if we link up?
Yep. Here we go.
I got some good stuff for you here next. Would Michael Jordan be able to score 80 points per game if he played today, right now? One Hall of Famer thinks so, Shannon. Wait for it. Listen up. I got the details next. All right, guys.
Earn free crypto just by learning about it. Coinbase Earn is the fast, easy, and rewarding way to learn.
LeBron's new Space Jam movie comes out today, and while many people are excited to see his take on Michael Jordan's 90s classic, some of the reviews have been not so good. Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times wrote, "I've never seen anything like it. I also hope to never see anything like it again. And I wish I could unsee what I have seen." He did not hold back with that. Shannon, do you feel that Space Jam, A New Legacy, will be a stain on LeBron's legacy here?
No. I think the thing is, a lot of times social media has made everyone a movie critic, an analyst, a political pundit. Jenny, it's funny that you said that about what this critic said. Because let me tell you what the critic said in 1996 when Space Jam was released. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 44%. One of the movie critics said Jordan proves to be as good an actor as he was a baseball player. This isn't Looney Tunes, it's sloppy tunes. In basketball terms, Space Jam is more akin to garbage time that concludes lopsided games when reckless playing is no substitute for the real thing. Now they re-released it again 20 years later in 2016. It got 85%. You see how the test of time? It got better. The same movie that was crushed upon its original releasing got better through time. Wow. Who knew? Yeah, Skip, I'm just telling you.
It got more crushed this time. It's worse this time.
No. What I'm telling you is that the original Space Jams was crushed. Just like what you're trying to do, you're trying to make it seem like Space Jam, the original Space Jam, got 90% from Rotten Tomatoes. It got these. No, it did not. No, it did not. It got crushed.
And if this movie crushed, it got 44%.
Skip, do you realize 50% is good? That's good. That's mediocre. So it's below that. So what is that? You see what the movie.
But think about this. LeBron is so beloved by the media in general. I think everybody, all these critics, these aren't Twitter critics. These are respected big national critics. I think they all went into this hoping that LeBron had pulled it off.
Was he more beloved than Michael? I think
he is. He's more protected than Michael.
Stop it. You know that's not to be true. We're not going to get on that on TV, but you know that not to be true.
Okay. All right. But here's the critics' consensus right now on Rotten Tomatoes, where they sum up what everybody is saying. They say, despite LeBron James' best efforts to make a winning team out of the Toon Squad, Space Jam: A New Legacy trades the zany meta humor of its predecessor for a shameless, tired exercise in IP-driven branding. Shannon, I've been trying to warn you for a month. This was just a bad idea for LeBron because he's trying to be Jordan or beat Jordan, and you just can't.
Skip, he took it in a totally different direction.
Original. That's what it was.
And guess what? The original was originally bad because that's what the movie critics said. This isn't Looney Tunes, it's sloppy tunes. Jordan proves to be as good an actor as he was a baseball player. In basketball terms, Space Jam is akin to garbage time. That's what they said in 96. Now they re-release it at the 20-year anniversary in 2016, and they got an 85. How the hell does a movie at 44% Rotten Tomatoes get 85% Rotten Tomatoes 20 years later? How?
Well, the criticism is much more scathing to me this time because Jenny read Richard Roper, who's one of the biggest, most respected critics in the nation.
Roper is, yes.
Yeah, I got it. And I'm going to read it one more time. I have never seen anything like it. I also hope to never see anything like it again. And I wish I could unsee what I have seen. Well, that's you can't dismiss something any more harshly than he did that way. And here's one of my favorite websites, Entertainment Weekly. Here's the review, a line from the review. Here's the thing about basketball. It is extremely watchable. Here's the thing about Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's not. Scathing.
Skip. Anytime you're dealing with real actors and then you add CG, this is not Blue Chips. This is not Hoosiers, because now all of a sudden you got characters, Bugs, and all these guys in. So you got to ingratiate them. You got to blend those guys in. They said the same thing about the original Space Jam, that it wasn't good. And over time, somehow the movie got better. I don't know how a movie gets better over time if the original wasn't good. So how was the original that got the ratings that it got in 96 all of a sudden get better ratings in 2016? Because that's what Jordan.
Obviously, LeBron thought he could be Jordan and beat Jordan.
No,
like I
Skip,
said, he thought he could outdo Michael Jordan at what Jordan did best, which is captivate on and off the basketball court.
But guess what?